Welcome to the Mindful Dashboard. The right plugins make Obsidian feel like home. Today, 5 that are worth starting with. You don't need all of them, just the right ones. Let's start with Calendar. It's the simplest plugin on this list, and that's exactly why it's first. Install it, and a small calendar quietly appears in your sidebar. Click any date, and that day's daily note opens. If the note doesn't exist yet, it creates itself. You'll also notice small dots under certain dates. Those are the days where you already have a note, a quiet visual history of your thinking. You can navigate back months, find a note from 3 weeks ago without remembering its name. Just click the day. Simple, unobtrusive, always there. And if Calendar is the door, Templater is what makes every room feel ready. Obsidian already has a basic templates plugin. Templater takes that idea much further. The most useful thing it does, it fills in information automatically when you create a note. Today's date, the day of the week, the time, all there before you type a single word. Setting it up takes 2 minutes. Install it, enable it, then tell it where your templates folder lives. Now create a new file in that folder. Call it Daily Note. Inside, type something like this, a small line of Templater syntax that pulls in today's date. That's it. Every time you create a daily note through Templater, today's date appears as the title automatically. You can go further. Add the day of the week, a section for your morning intention, free tasks, a reflection prompt at the bottom. You build it once, and every morning it's already waiting for you. One more thing worth knowing. You can set a hotkey for Templater. One keystroke and your template opens instantly. No menus, no searching, just open Obsidian and start. And Templater works for any kind of note, not just daily ones. A book note, for example. Title, author, date started, a space for thoughts as you read. Build it once, use it every time. Now let's talk about Dataview. This one feels a little like magic. Dataview lets you query your notes like a database. Think of it this way. Instead of searching for a note, you ask Obsidian to find it for you. Before we look at queries, there's one concept worth understanding first. Front matter. At the very top of any note, you can add a small block of information, something like this: status, unread, type, book, author, Cal Newport. This is front matter. It's invisible when you read the note, but Dataview can see it. And that's what makes queries powerful. Let's start simple. Want a list of every note tagged with reading? That's your reading list, automatically updated every time you add a new note with that tag. Now let's go a little further. A table of all your book notes, with title, author, and status. Clean, organized, always current. One more, and this one is really useful. A list of every unfinished task across your entire vault, every checkbox you haven't ticked, from every note in one place. And one last query: notes created this week. A gentle overview of what you've been thinking about. Dataview takes a little time to get comfortable with. But once it clicks, your vault starts to feel alive. Next, Kanban, a completely different kind of plugin, but just as satisfying to use. Kanban brings something to Obsidian that most people don't expect to find here: a visual task board. Install it, enable it, and you'll see a new option when you create a file. Instead of a note, a board. Create your first board. Give it a name, something like work, or projects, or this week. Then add your first columns. To do, in progress, done. You'll recognize it immediately. Now add a card. Type the name of a task, and it appears as a small card in your column. When you start working on it, drag it to in progress. When it's done, drag it to done. But here's where Kanban in Obsidian becomes something special. Each card can be linked to a note in your vault. So a task called Write Video Script can open directly into the note where you're actually writing it. Your tasks and your thinking connected. You can also add tags to cards and due dates, so your board doesn't just show what needs to be done, it shows what's urgent, what's in progress, and what you can let breathe for now. And when a card is done, you can archive it. It disappears from the board, but stays in your vault. A quiet record of everything you've finished. Next, Outliner, a small plugin with a surprisingly big impact on how you think on the page. Obsidian already lets you make lists. Outliner makes those lists feel alive. Install it, enable it, and your bullet points become something you can move. Hold Ctrl and Shift, then press up or down, and an entire bullet point moves with you. Not just the line, the whole block, including everything nested inside it. This sounds small, but when you're reorganizing ideas, it changes everything. Instead of cutting and pasting, you just move. You can also fold and unfold nested lists. Have a long outline with 10 subpoints under one idea? Fold it. Now your page is clean again, and you can focus on what matters right now. There's one more thing worth adding here, a tiny companion plugin, also by the same developer, called Zoom. Install it the same way as before, and it pairs right into Outliner. Click on any bullet point, and you can zoom into just that one idea. Everything else disappears. Just you and that one thought. It's a small thing, but it creates a kind of focus that's hard to find when everything is visible at once. And if you combine Outliner with Templater, you can create a template with a pre-built outline structure. Open a new note, and your thinking space is already organized. Ready when you are. Those are the 5, and before we look at them all together, one thought worth sitting with. A plugin is only useful if it makes Obsidian feel more like yours. Don't install all 5 today. Start with one. See how it fits into the way you already think. The best tool is the one you actually use. Now let me show you what all 5 look like together. A quiet morning in Obsidian. I open the app, and the calendar is already in my sidebar. I click today. Templater creates my daily note, date filled in, sections ready. I write my morning intention, 3 tasks for the day. One of those tasks is a book I'm reading. I open my booknote template through Templater. Title, author, a space for thoughts. Later in the day, I check my Kanban board. I move one card from to do to in progress. It's a small thing, but it feels good. In the evening, I open a note to think through an idea. With Outliner, I move thoughts around until they feel right. I zoom into one bullet point, just that one thought. And before I close Obsidian, I run a quick Dataview query. All my unfinished tasks in one place. Nothing forgotten, nothing lost. 5 plugins, 1 calm day. That's what a calm day in Obsidian can look like. 5 plugins. Calendar, to navigate your days. Templater, to build once and use every time. Dataview, to let your vault think back at you. Kanban, to see your work move forward. Outliner, to think more clearly on the page. Start with one. The right one will feel like it was always there. If this helped, feel free to like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments, which plugin are you curious to try first? I'd love to know. Thank you for being here.